The Phyllis Diller Show, brought to you by Lark, America's most popular new cigarette. There is nothing like a Lark. The Lark truck is here in Chicago. Show us your pack.
Have a Lark today. Have a Lark today. Have a Lark today. There's nothing like a Lark.
Lark has an inner chamber of charcoal granules for a taste people really like.
Have a Lark today. Have a Lark today. Have a Lark today.
There is nothing like a Lark. Have one.
Are you still there?
This is Mr. Baldwin from Internal Revenue.
Oh, bless your money-grabbing little heart. Oh, you say you didn't get our tax payment for this month? Blame the post office. They send all our checks to the dead letter office.
Mrs. Pruitt, Mr. Clark, my superior, is not happy with the way I'm handling your case.
Well, I think you're doing a great job. You haven't collected a cent from us in 6 months.
Phyllis, you just got to take a look at Crump's latest invention.
Mr. Baldwin, I have to hang up. The entire house is in flames, and I really should call the fire department.
Come on, Phyllis, you won't believe this latest invention of Crump's.
Now, wait a minute, Rudy. We promised Crump while he's out of town we wouldn't go spying around in his workshop. It's un-American.
Phyllis, this latest gimmick of his can make us $1 million.
Shake hands with an alien. To be kidding, Rudy. A drive-in pizza machine.
Well, when it didn't work out as a beauty cabinet, he converted it to a pizza machine.
That's a switch from hairdo to heartburn.
Yeah, look at all these combinations.
Wow! Pepperoni, anchovies, bacon, smoked oyster. I gained 5 pounds just reading the buttons.
Watch what happens when you put a coin in there.
Don't tell me. Mickey Rooney pops out twirling a pizza.
Well, Phyllis, what do you think?
Fabulous! I can see it now. Pruitt's Pizzeria. Drive in, get carried out.
Phyllis, we are rich. Now, $1,000.
We didn't stay rich very long.
Where would Fulton be if he hadn't marketed his steam engine? Eli Whitney, Samuel F.B. Morse, where would they be?
How do I know where they'd be? I don't even know who they are.
All this little gadget needs a little financing.
I'd hawk my jewels if I could get them on a hawk.
Got a friend in high finance, Wingate. He can smell a good thing.
And this thing really smells.
California, but thanks to another little invention, I can make immediate contact. Now, wait a minute. What's his number? 311-555-4466. No. 311-555-4646. No. 311-555-6644.
Rudy, why don't you let the operator get it for you?
Person to person, costs extra in business. Every penny counts.
These aren't pennies.
Hello? Wingate? What number is this? Are you sure?
Rudy, why don't you write him a letter?
Oh, angel face. You got to do things the modern way.
You try to get a modern operator, anything.
I'm sure this is the right number. Hello, Wingate? Yes, Mr. Humphrey Wingate. I told you. Where is he? Saudi Arabia. I see. Oh, nice talking to you.
Mother, I'm going upstairs to take a bath. Fine. I'm taking a bath right here with these phone calls. Come in.
Phyllis, say, what are you doing?
My exercise.
Hey, that looks like fun. I just wanted to tell you I contacted Wingate.
In Saudi Arabia?
No, they said he left for New Zealand.
You mean you wasted another call?
Certainly not. If I hadn't called New Zealand, I'd never have found out he was really in Moscow.
What did you do when you called Moscow?
Rome.
Ah, you sure he wasn't in Tel Aviv?
How did you guess? But I'd have contacted him in Tel Aviv only
What?
he'd gone back to Saudi Arabia.
Pretty expensive only.
What? Why did you give up?
That's what I'm afraid of.
I tracked him from Saudi Arabia to Vienna, to Hawaii, to Alaska, to Yugoslavia, and back to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But I finally contacted him.
In Saudi Arabia?
Right here in Southampton. Have an appointment with him this Wednesday. What are you doing, Phyllis? You can kill yourself.
I'm trying.
Mrs. Pruitt, as a representative of the Department of Internal Revenue, to whom you still owe $10 million, it's my job to see that you conserve your assets. And spending $600 for phone calls is hardly conserving assets. California, Saudi Arabia, New Zealand, Moscow, Rome, Tel Aviv.
But they weren't person-to-person calls. They were just a business call.
8 calls to Chile.
Well, I was teaching the kid next door how to dial direct.
Dial direct. Who do you know in Chile?
Nobody. But we just tried to make friends with whoever answered. Mother, I just tried to ring up a friend and the phone on the patio is dead. The phone is dead?
Yes, I know.
I think we found the assassin.
During the week that I'm staying here going over your accounts, I've taken steps to see that the telephone is no longer used as a plaything.
You mean you deliberately had our phone cut off? And how will I phone the beauty parlor?
You go to a beauty parlor?
Only to keep up on the latest gossip. Walton, you can't keep us cut off from the outside world.
I don't intend to. The telephone can still be used for legitimate calls, but on a more solvent basis.
Well, that lets us out. But what do you mean?
Come with me.
Holy Toledo! Baldwin, you're all heart. We can't constantly be bothered looking for change to make a call if we had anything to change.
I thought of that.
Oh, how are we going to explain this to the neighbors?
Mrs. Pruitt, I can't think of everything.
No, you've already done your good deed. Come on, Mother. Maybe we can figure out some way of making this thing look like it belongs in the room. I can tell you right now, it'll make a lousy lampshade.
Pruitt resident, Baldwin speaking.
What's going on there? Why are the phones disconnected? I had to get this number from information. Who is this?
I'm from the Internal Revenue Service. To whom am I speaking, please?
Glad you added that, please. This is Mrs. Pruitt's brother-in-law, Rudolph Angus Pruitt. And just why is the Internal Revenue Service answering my sister-in-law's phone?
Frankly, sir, I'm trying to collect some back taxes.
Am I to understand you're making all this fuss just to collect a few paltry pennies?
Correction, sir. A few paltry million. 10 to be exact.
Piffle, I thought you were talking about money.
Well, sir, to some people, $10 million is money.
A mere trifle. I'll look into that little matter. The moment I set foot in the house, I'm on my way. Bye. Yes?
Deposit 10 cents for overtime, please.
Certainly, my lovely. A quarter. Keep the change.
Deputy, about Mrs.
I had old Wingate completely sold until I turned on the machine.
What happened?
One of the pizzas got stuck and it came out pasta fazool.
Hi, Rudy.
Oh, this payphone. How am I going to make my contacts?
You'll just have to talk to Baldwin.
I did. Promise to settle your account.
You promised to settle my account?
Just a promise on the phone. However, I'm going to insist that he finance the pizza machine first. Give you a chance to make a comeback.
Isn't that kind of shady?
Please, I don't like that word.
Force yourself. You'll be hearing it often.
If my plans go through, you'll be able to pay the government your debts, so actually I'm giving Baldwin a great chance to perform a service for his country.
That is pretty patriotic. With patriots like this, who needs traitors?
Men?
Yes, indeed.
Ah, Rudolph Angus Pruitt, I believe.
You'd better believe it, Steffi. Leave the room.
Red Baldwin of the Internal Revenue Department. Sturgis
Gentlemen,
said that...
how'd you like to perform a great service for your country?
Oh, that's funny. I was just going to ask you the same thing.
Now, what's all this nonsense about a paid telephone?
Oh, well, you see...
Let me tell you something, Baldwin. If that's your real name, I don't like high-handedness.
The government...
Especially in government. Now, how much does my dear, sweet sister-in-law owe you?
$10 million.
And I take it you're a bit short?
Just 10 minutes.
Will you accept municipal debentures?
Well, I guess we would.
Brother-in-law, I can't let you do that.
Don't you worry your pretty little head.
He means you.
I want to do it.
I can't let you.
He wants to. He wants to.
And it's all set. That'll take a few days for my brokers to effect the transfer.
Brokers?
Hobart, and Hobart.
Naturally, he deals only with Hobart.
Oh, naturally.
Just one small detail.
Oh, name it.
My dear sweet sister-in-law has a little business project. And in order to avoid a lot of the complications that would ensue if I were to lend her the trifling sum she needs, it would be much simpler if the government were to release some of the assets you've tied up. I'll guarantee it.
Oh, no problem at all. How much do you need?
$100,000.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
$1,000.
Well,
Make an offer.
I'll have to take this up with my superior, Mr. Clark.
Baldwin, you make me proud to be an American. They're going to pin a medal on you.
But, sir, Mr. Pruitt was very convincing.
Baldwin, you come all the way to Washington to make this stupid request? Boy, you really flipped your wig. And when an Internal Revenue man does that, I always say, look for the woman. Cherchez la femme. And in your case, that won't take much cherching. Pruitt dame has got you acting like a lovesick puppy. And looking like one, too.
But, sir, with her brother-in-law in the picture, it's our one chance to clear up this mess once and for all.
Commissioner Hanson's been on my neck to have that done. But we've got a motto here, Baldwin. Don't louse it up. Until that brother's been checked, rechecked, and double-checked, you're not to shell out one dime.
Oh, no, sir. No, you know me, always on my toes.
Just make sure they're not my toes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Baldwin. I've seen men hit the skids, Baldwin. It's always a woman or drink. Take my advice. Drink.
How pretty.
Good heavens, Emmeline. The new minister and his wife are coming to dinner.
Yes, dear?
But you didn't use the good china. What'll they say?
They'll think everything is just fine.
There you are.
Miss Emmeline, you and your sister set a beautiful table.
Well, thank you.
Everything shines so.
Why, I can see myself in your china. Look, dear.
You're right. I can see myself, too.
Tell me, Emmeline, what have you done?
Just wash them a better way. Enjoy.
Joy gets dishes so clean you really can see yourself. Joy is different. Joy is clear. Cleans right down to the shine. Makes even everyday china look pretty special.
Next time they come to dinner, we'll use the good china.
What for? Now that we found that Joy.
Joy gets dishes so clean you can see yourself.
And on the board of directors of Pruitt's Pizza Incorporated shall be men like Rockefeller, Morgan, DuPont, Sturgis.
The butler?
He can serve coffee.
And what about Stephanie?
Stephanie?
She can entertain.
Ah, Baldwin, you're just in time. We're putting together a board of directors for our little project. To show it to him, Phyllis.
Your name is at the top of the list.
Are there any names you'd like to add?
Like he subtracted a few.
Sir, I trust you've memorized that entire list.
No need to. The deal is off.
Call the president.
I talked to Hobart, all four of them.
Cancel the president.
You better call Ripley's Believe It or Not column. There's someone broker than you.
They'll never believe it.
Then tell them to call Hobart. All four of them.
All right, let's not panic.
Not me. I'm used to going broke. Hi, gang. We get the money? Oh, we didn't, huh?
We'll just have to make the best of things. Adapt. Cope. Yes, that's it. Cope.
Not cope.
Yes, cope. You mean cope?
Cope?
Talking about Baldwin. Yes, the world is full of Baldwins. Intelligent, industrious, well-meaning, but with one fatal weakness, predictability.
Okay, start coping.
The only functional phone in the house, that pay-as-you-talk money grabber in the reception hall?
Yes, that's Baldwin's idea of coping with us.
Good. Now, if I peg Baldwin correctly, he'll soon be calling Washington to tell his boss how he outsmarted us.
I don't blame him.
I want you to get on that phone and pretend you're talking for exactly 30 minutes.
Roger.
Phyllis, you're coming with me.
To jail?
To school to get your first lesson on how to cope with Mr. Baldwin.
I've never seen anyone fly off a surfboard the way that Gary did. He's such a doll. By the way, what are you wearing?
Good thing no one ever uses this old back road.
If anyone sees you, look them straight in the eye and tell them it's all part of a sorority initiation.
I'll tell him. You look him in the eye.
Well, that's it. Yes, we've made contact. I can hear Steffi's voice. Oh, it's exactly 30 minutes. Steffi ought to be leaving her post in a few seconds.
Oh, he really is great. Okay, Joni, I'll see you. By the way, where's Alan? Really? Really? Oh, no. Wild. Right. Say, that reminds me. Are you going to the tennis matches? With whom? Oh, he's dreamy. So long. It's all yours.
Oh, thank you.
Now, listen.
Get me Washington.
You'll have to speak louder.
Will you please give me...
I didn't get that number, sir.
I didn't give it to you yet.
You don't have to... You don't have to shout, Buster. Now, what number are you calling?
202-547-2791.
That'll be 75 cents. Thank you. One moment, please. Internal Revenue Service.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Mr. Clark, please.
Show enough, y'all. Mr. Clark's office. I'm running out of voices.
Is that you, Doris? Your voice sounds funny.
Doris, who's... Doris is out to lunch. I'm the new girl, Philomene.
Well, let me speak to Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark is in a meeting with Mr. Hanson, the commissioner. Oh, here's Mr. Hanson. Now he'll take your call.
No, I don't want to talk to you. Not the commissioner. No, Hanson here. Well, I'm sorry to bother you, sir. I was calling my boss, Mr. Clark, for his opinion. This is Agent Fred Baldwin.
Well, if it's about internal revenue business, my opinion should suffice.
It's about Rudolph Angus Pruitt.
Rudy Pruitt!
Your 3 minutes are up. Deposit another 75 cents, please.
Where the devil are you calling from, Baldwin?
I'm at his sister-in-law's home, Mrs. Pruitt's. I had a pay phone put in. They were spending...
A payphone in the home of the sister-in-law of the man who owns Chicago? Why is that, Baldwin?
I have a son at home in Lake Michigan. I don't want you goofing things up for me.
I'll have it taken right out today, sir, just as soon as Mr. Clark says...
Let me give you a little tip, Baldwin. Clark is on very...
Out today, sir, just as soon as Mr. Clark says...
Let me give you a little tip, Baldwin. Clark is on very thin ice around here. As a matter of fact, if you handle this thing correctly, well,
How would you like living in Washington?
I thought so. Remember, Baldwin, kid gloves. Anything they want.
Yes, sir. Now, Mrs. Pruitt wants us to release $50,000.
Baldwin, I said anything.
But
That'll be another 75 cents, please.
I already gave you 75 cents.
Then make it 50 cents.
Hang up, Baldwin, hang up.
Yes, sir.
Cheapskate.
Put her there, Angel Face. To Pruitt Pizza Incorporated. Come on, Baldwin, you're not drinking. Relax.
Oh, sorry, Department regulations.
Oh, but Mr. Baldwin, you're off duty.
Well, maybe just one wouldn't do anything.
To Pruitt Pizza Incorporated. Baldwin.
Baldwin, our second vice president of Ba-Ba-Ba-Boom.
More. Give him another glass.
No, you better drink out of this, Baldwin. Those glasses are bankrupting us.
Very well. I'll be right there. I just love the polka.
I got sworn he was doing a mazurka.
Fuse. Don't pay any attention to him. He used to be my former boss.
Former? What's going on? What is this request to release $50,000 to Mrs. Pruitt?
Why, you know, pal, I could have saved your trip. I already worked it all out with Commissioner Hanson. Skull, salute, and L'chaim.
Don't you mean the former Commissioner Hanson? I'm the commissioner now. Of all the fumbling, bumbling, stupid
Take
idiots.
it easy. It's not his fault that he's fumbling, bumbling, stupid.
I'll handle this. All this fine, upstanding public servant was trying to do was to help my dear sister-in-law pay off her debt to you people.
How? By drinking us even?
By favoring the world with this uncanny invention.
What is that ridiculous-looking thing?
This, sir, happens to be a... Here, let me show you. Rudy, a cork.
Yes, now this. There you are.
A slug? Rudy, baby. You finally figured out a way to cheat yourself.
I don't have all day, Mrs. Pruitt.
Okay. Now watch, Mr. Clark. Now don't go away. Some dough must have got stuck.
Dough?
Either that or maybe an anchovy got caught in the conveyor belt.
What are you talking about?
Come have a cup of coffee. Oh, I can't now, dear. I'm babysitting.
That's nice. You know, I love to take care of children, but they just don't seem to take to me anymore.
Oh, Agnes.
You think I had pet breath?
You should know better, Agnes. Use Listerine.
Mouthwash is too sweet. Sweet as soda pop.
Not Listerine antiseptic. Has a good fresh taste. Besides, Listerine kills germs.
Germs?
germs can cause bad breath.
But what if I'm babysitting for the afternoon?
All the more reason. Listerine keeps breath fresh for hours.
Live and learn.
Hello, Agnes.
This is Bobby. We're going to the park.
And you said children didn't like you.
You changed that. You went Listerine.
Listerine antiseptic kills germs, keeps breath fresh for hours.
I'll have these pizzas rolling out of here in no time at all. Believe me, their flying days are over.
Not taking any chance.
Low and inside, Mother. It's so great to be surrounded by people who believe in you.
Mother, do you have any idea of what you're doing?
Certainly. I'm just putting back some of the parts that were in it when it was a hairstyling machine. I hope I didn't get these wires crossed. There.
Now, wait a minute, Phyllis. Before you start that thing, maybe I better change my clothes. I don't want to spend the afternoon picking pepperoni off my pants.
Come on, give me another slug.
All right. There you are. I go.
You know, you got a hand to that crumb. Imagine turning a hairstyling machine that didn't work into a pizza machine. It's sheer cheap.
Pizza with shampoo and hair rollers?
I don't believe it.
Well, don't just stand there, Rudy. Either dance with it or eat it.
Northland. Big, crisp, keen. New L&M Menthol Tall. The tall menthol cigarette with the crisp, keen taste of the Northland. Taller than king stock. The tallest menthol you can get. Get the crisp, keen, tall taste of the Northland. New L&M Menthol Tall.
The Phyllis Diller Show, brought to you by Listerine Antiseptic. Keeps breath fresh, hour after hour.
Right you are, Dick. This portion of American Bandstand brought to you by Minapoo. Remember, when you can't shampoo, Minapoo. And by Search the Breath Mint, Search the Candy Mint, 2 mints in one, Search. Now let's get back to Dick in our Celebrity Corner.
In the Celebrity Corner this Saturday afternoon, Charlie, we have a man who is the head of a rather unusual family. His title in the series is Gomez. He is the daddy of the Addams family. This is Mr. John Astin. John, welcome. I don't imagine this sort of a thing is too unusual to you now in the new scene. You see the rather unique and unusual, do you not?
People dressed like this?
Yeah, well, this kind of looks like your family, doesn't it?
My kind of people, yeah.
You know, from Dickens and Fenster to the Addams family, sort of a change of pace. Is it really, though, or is it just that the people look a little different?
No, it's a change of pace, Dick. It's quite a difference.
Do you find that your friends or your family have any peculiar reaction to your part?
No, they've always seen me this way.
It's unique and unusual.
No, actually, it's very interesting. One night I came home with makeup on, and my kids saw me. I have 2 small boys, and they're 3 and 5, and they ran and screamed and hid and so forth, and I chased them. And the next morning I woke up, and of course in the meantime I'd washed the makeup off, and they said, "Hey, Dad, put on your eyes and scare us."
This is 3 and 5 years old?
Yeah, this is...
Well, I don't know whether you folks at home realize that when a show gets 70% of the audience, that doesn't happen very often. That's happened to the Addams family. It is the hit of the season. Needless to say, we're happy as the daylights about it. But there's one aspect to it, the music. Has that been recorded yet?
It will be soon. Vic Mizzy wrote the. I guess the kids here know the. The da 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 da. And that's going to be recorded very shortly, and it will be out so everyone can buy it.
Well, this is Halloween, John. A week from, let's see, Friday nights actually isn't quite a week away, but as you know, on ABC at 8:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. I was getting the time zones fouled up. On Friday nights, the Addams Family takes place. You have a special thing coming up next Friday with my favorite character, the eight-legged job.
Oh, Aristotle, the octopus. Yeah, the octopus gets a bath next Friday night.
Are you in charge of the bathing
That's
detail?
right. I get my hands in it. Yeah.
This is going to be wild. We'll look forward to it. John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dick. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
To have you with us. Make sure you see it Friday nights on ABC. If you've heard people talk about it, now's the time to go have a look. 8:30 in the Eastern Zone, 7:30 Central Time Zone. The Addams Family for Gomez, John Astin, and his wonderful cast of characters, Carolyn Jones, and a host of others. You'll have a lot of fun. I got to see the octopus get a bath next Friday night. That's got to be too much.